Hello everyone. Thank you for joining the spaces today. We have a really exciting guest, HP Chain, joining us today for the spaces. We'll be speaking with them regarding HP Chain and what they are building. Uh, Before that, we'll wait for a few more minutes so more people can join. In that time, I would like to share about MetaPath and what we are building at MetaPath. So MetaPath is a Web3 aggregator where we aggregate everything around blockchain, NFTs, cryptocurrencies, gaming assets, metaverse assets. We bring them at one place, and people are able to trade with them and do various things with them. So we have multiple products. So one of our products is a swap, where you can swap between 400 plus different cryptocurrency on 50 plus different blockchains. We have an NFT marketplace where you can buy NFT on 8 different blockchains through any cryptocurrency you want. So let's say if you want to buy an NFT on Ethereum, you can buy that with your soul, or you can buy an NFT on Base with your Ethereum. So that's a second product. We have few AI products as well, which will help you find the right NFT collection. If you are a ChatGPT Pro user, you can use MetaPath app to do research around Web3 and what and NFTs. You can ask questions like, give me the NFT collection which has highest volume in last 6 months but lowest flow price, which can help potentially help you find better trades and better NFT collections for you. So that's about MetaPath. I see we have few people on here. Lawrence, can you please check your mic and check if everything is working?
Hello, Lawrence from HP Chain here. Mic check. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Lawrence, how is the weather on your side? How are you doing?
I'm good. So I'm based in Singapore currently. So it's very hot in Singapore right now. I think it's 35 degrees flat on average on a daily basis. Getting dark. But I'm glad as well because it's just as hot as what we hope will be happening in the Web3 space. So glad to be here. Glad to share about HP Chain as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think Singapore is always like hot, always around 30 degrees, like year around. But it's raining as well, so it's a very weird weather. Are you there for the Super AI conference? I know like there is a Super AI conference happening over there. Are you attending that?
Yes, I am. I'll be attending. It is a very interesting conference and definitely relevant. So if anyone is at the Super AI Singapore from 5th to 6th June, please do shout to us on our Twitter handle, HP Chain, and then we'll see if we can connect.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Now, Lawrence, before I dive into AMA, I would love to know more about you. Like, what has been your background? What has been doing? What you have been doing before HP Chain, and how did you arrive at HP Chain?
Right. So again, thank you for having me. So basically, I'm Lawrence. I've been the crypto space full time since 2017. So essentially, my first full time job was at Huobi Global. So at that time, Huobi Global was one of the top three exchanges. They opened up in 2013, so actually they started earlier than Coinbase. So they opened a global office in Singapore, and I was the first hire because I was already using Huobi Exchange pre 2017. Then I became the business operation head, managing global operations like the Huobi token, as well as licenses and all the listing and stuff. So after 2 years at Huobi Global, I left to open up a Southeast Asia exchange with two co-founders. We got a license in Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia, and Australia. Released an exchange token. Yeah, I even got in 100 BTCs of funds. So I was COO co-founder. So I left the exchange for co-founder reasons and opened up Moonscape. So Moonscape is a staking solution and decentralized wallet. I was CEO and co-founder. So we managed to sell the company within 2 years, riding a bull run in 2020, 2021, with an all-time high of 1.7 billion scale assets. So after I joined Razer as head of blockchain director, reporting directly to the global CEO, and managed to execute investments, build option initiative at Razer. So the reason why we formed HP Chain, I will share later. But yes, currently I'm the CEO and founding partner at HP Chain, DePIN Web3 protocol.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I mean, it's really good to hear someone with such a rich background coming and building something. So yeah, that's really good to hear. Now let's move on to the MA, and I wanted to start with the brief overview of HP Chain. Like, what's the core mission of HP Chain?
Okay, so the core mission is we are focusing in the Asia area, and of course, it's a global play because Web3. So we want to empower developers and users in AI and cloud gaming through reshaping how GPU computing power is harnessed and used. So how we going to do that is we're offering accessible, cost-effective computing network through our cloud plus chain DePIN Web3 protocol.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, uh, what was the inspiration? Like, what inspired the founding team to create HP Chain and enter into the GPU rental market?
Okay, so I have always been interested in gaming. In fact, I actually have IT background and wanted to be a game programmer. So essentially, it was a full circle for me to join Razer as head of blockchain because Razer is game hardware and payments, and we do have partners with all the major game studios and publishing firms in the world. So even at Razer, I could see the usage of GPU and how the GPU cards are actually getting more and more rare because of the competition between like your standard rendering, your animation, your gaming, and now with the AI boom since ChatGPT, NVIDIA's chips actually is limited. So that became a catalyst of, hey, I'm in the Web3 space. It's all about decentralization. It's all about sharing what you have and getting rewarded. And definitely there is a need for GPU cards. And how can people share their GPU power and earn the money as well? So that was the catalyst. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Now, um, so a lot of people here don't understand what's the value of GPU today. I feel no one, I mean, from what I have been reading in the news, I feel no one in the industry, in both AI or Web3, has the amount of GPU that they need. Everyone wants to buy more GPU. Everyone wants to, have more processing power. Could you please, explain what the value of GPU is in the current market and explain the unique cloud plus chain deep in Web3 protocol that
Yes.
HP Chain uses?
Okay, so firstly, I'll be very honest to say, us at HP Chain, we are not the original visionary or pioneers in the spotting the opportunity or how important GPU is. In fact, this GPU value is over a long time. So there is a great interview that you might want to check out about 15 years ago, which is going viral recently again. So this is the interview by Charlie Rose with Jensen Huang, the founder and CEO of NVIDIA. So in it, there was a snippet where he mentioned that the at that time 15 years ago, the competition between NVIDIA and Intel is a battle for the soul of the PC. And he was the first one to identify that GPU is going to be more important than CPU. Exactly because the difference is GPU can manage multiple processors and more complex operations. So everything from your game graphic rendering to all the animation and CG you see in all the movies and animes to now the managing of the data sets and the churning of the results for AI processing. Those wouldn't have been possible without GPU cards. So the challenge is NVIDIA was the only chip maker to identify this 15 years ago. And that's why they invested in billions of dollars. And unfortunately, there is an issue right now. The issue right now is out of all the GPU cards out there, NVIDIA cards are the best for AI rendering or game rendering. And that becomes a great opportunity for them, but it becomes that there is a necessity without enough resources out there because NVIDIA chips are limited because it's only one company. Hence, that's why we felt that a ranking process, similar to your ranking of let's say Airbnb for comparison, would be important. Why we do a Web3 spin is because essentially Web3 is great through the blockchain aspect where you can trust the person providing the GPU power through the smart contract and you can trust the payments because it's going through on-chain. More importantly is the token can incentivize involvement to boost this ecosystem and get everyone involved. So I think that is the main advantage, and that's why we are focusing and bullish about this approach.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now, how does HP Chain ensure the accessibility and the cost effectiveness of its GPU computing services?
Okay, so if it's compared between the current Web2, for example, the big players, which I won't mention, but the usual. Definitely, the cost is lower because we do not have that middleman high cost. So that's one. But two is through a decentralized and a rental process, you are only renting what you need through legitimate cost-effective GPU power providers. So through that, you are actually getting the cost as what you are using, and there's no high markup and definitely no middleman high cost. So that's how we manage the cost from that point of view.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Now, what would be the main advantages? So there are some, traditional centralized solutions out there, and now we are in the process of decentralizing those solutions. So what would be the advantages of using HP Chain's decentralized computing network instead of, let's say, some traditional centralized solutions like maybe AWS or some others?
Okay, so the main advantages is first is of course the high cost. Definitely, if you're using traditional Web2, the cost is much higher. Second is accessibility, because unfortunately, be it the international political or market, some countries do not even have access to these GPU providers. So through this decentralized approach and through HP Chain, you can use our GPU power. Thirdly is we know there is a lot of other solutions out there, be it Web2 or Web3. We do believe that there is a lot of space still because the Web3 industry is still new, and there is still a lot of opportunity for AI and gaming. So there's still a lot of opportunity for GPU. But our approach is not just that we are providing infra area. We believe that what is more important or just essential from the infra layer of the GPU power is the community engagement. So we want to get the experts, like the industrial experts for AI and gaming involved, as well as the users and general public. So examples of why it's important. For example, AI, you actually need the data sets and algorithms and the sharing of knowledge in order to get more optimal results from GPU power. For gaming, if there's ability to share resources or patents or IPs between gaming studios, it's beneficial for everyone. Of course, for the users or AI hobbyists, being involved in ecosystem means that they can get rewarded and they can learn from the experts directly. So that's why we point our business model as flywheel as a service, as mindshare as a service, where network power is one part of it, community engagement is another part of it, which will drive our solution and service and hopefully global adoption of our ecosystem.
Now, let's talk about the market and the application side of things. Uh, we have, overall talked about who would potentially be the customers. People who are doing things in AI and people who are doing things in games, maybe. Uh, but let's dive deep into some niche category of the customers. Who do you think will be the primary
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
customers and partners, and how would these HP chain services will benefit them?
Okay, so our initial customers, because we started this company officially May last year, was B2B, where universities and some companies who are interested in alternative GPUs. So, for example, universities in Singapore, University Cambridge, TikTok, M1, all those use us for small test bits and usage through their users. So to answer your question is any company who are in the AI or gaming or require GPU rendering will need this kind of services because A is more cost effective and B is there's other rewards or other possibilities when they work with a startup with a vision like us. But what we hope to add in the future is the Web3 community as well as hobby AI and gaming interested general public, because essentially whatever these B2B companies are doing, they will need users, they will need feedback. So there is a opportunity for this Web3 community and hobbies to interact in our ecosystem and get involved and get first-hand experience of the best games or best AI solutions out there.
So a follow-up question to that: are you doing any sort of specific support things, or are you developing anything specific to support these AI and gaming industries, or these AI and gaming clients of yours uh, who would be using HPGN services? So, like, is there any specific that you're working on?
Yeah, so currently we on hpchain.ai, we already have a platform with blockchain testnet where customers can rent GPU cards already. So for example, if you're going out, you will see what is available will be GPU cards in servers in Singapore, Oman and Malaysia. We do have currently about 15,000 GPU cards, but most of them are being used by our B2B customers already. So get GPU lending and listing solution is already live. The other one that we have live is a white label solution for cloud gaming. So essentially, how it works is if you open that application, it's using the GPU power from a centralized server. This is very good for, let's say, hotel chains and internet cafes or esports cafes because the cost is optimized. You do not need to buy good GPU cards for each battle station. You can put it in a central server or use our data center within a 50 kilometers radius. So those are the two solutions we already have and is working with partners to grow exponentially for AI and gaming.
Now, one thing that these partners would like, from what I am assuming and from what I have seen is they would want services that are reliable and that are scalable. They, for startups, they would want to use a certain amount of GPUs, but then when they are scaling, they would want to scale very fast. They would want to make sure that these, GPUs are available 24/7. So what kind of efforts are you putting into making your services scalable and reliable to these partners?
Right. So there is a few ways. First is the current GPU cards get released. There is a clause where they need to provide their GPU power based on wherever they commit. So let's say if they say I can provide 100 A100 GPU cards 24/7, then they will commit to it. So the great thing about the blockchain and the validator nodes setup is these validator nodes can check all these GPU cards on a regular basis to make sure they are delivering. And if there's any issues, you can always track through the blockchain or feedback through our committee as well. The other way we are managing with any issues is also why we base our project in Singapore. So Singapore, interestingly enough, was the top 4 reseller of NVIDIA's chips last year. So there is a lot of data centers and resellers in Singapore. And HP Chain Private Limited, the Singapore company for this project, is actually already an NVIDIA whitelist customer. So if need to, we can actually acquire GPU cards directly from NVIDIA, which some companies can't do, and either provide the GPU cards to the our partners or sell the nodes ourselves.
Okay, so that's really cool. Thank you so much for that answer. Now, in terms of security, both of the users' data and GPU computations, what kind of security measures HP Chain is undertaking to make sure that these, network is safe, everything is uh, safe with users' data as well.
Right. So for the business partners using our GPU servers, basically their data is their data. We will not have access. So basically, we are like providing a bare metal instance for them, and they set up themselves. They run wherever they need to. We don't see what's happening. We only check the GPU power is working, and then if there's any issues, we help them resolve. However, that's why the Web3 and the tokens is great. Is let's say if they want to share their data, they want to be involved in our ecosystem, they want to provide data sets and algorithms, then they will get rewarded by our tokens. they will get more involvement in our ecosystem and community, and help to grow the community.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You know, I I've been really enjoying what I'm hearing from you, Lawrence. Thank you so much for sharing all that information. Now, before I move on, like the more questions that I have, let's say as a contributor, if I wanted to join HP chain and somehow contribute to network and you know be up with the progress that you guys are making, what kind of steps would you recommend me to take? Like how can I follow you guys? How can I stay updated with HP chain? How can I contribute to your network or and what you are building?
Right. So please do join our Telegram. So that is our community in Telegram. You can search for us. It's HP Chain. Our Twitter is HP Chain AI. So for latest announcements and updates, please follow us on Twitter, or what you call X nowadays. And if you have if you are a partner or you want to list your GPU on our platform, you can go to hpchain.ai. There is a listing link, or you can send us an email through the contact us. We shall go to our info at hpchain.ai as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now let's talk about your future plans and innovation. Uh, what are your I mean HP chain's future goals and projects in the pipeline?
So currently for this quarter and next quarter, we are focusing on the Web3 narrative because we do see the bull run is coming. We do see a lot more interest in DePIN. So we do want to get our project out there and get the community so that everyone can be rewarded. So actual steps we are taking is we are keeping our FTD low so that once we do a public sale, it's beneficial to the community. We are ramping up our product and services and partnerships as well. And you'll see more announcements on our solutions as well as our public sale in the weeks to come.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I have heard about node sales. I have heard
Yep.
about a lot of, I know like there are lots of competitors, similar competitors of yours in the industry. Uh, how do you like not just stay competitive with them, but how do you make sure that you are staying a step ahead with uh, from your competitors in terms of technical and advancements and market trends in high performance computing? Like, how do you stay ahead? How do you plan to stay ahead there?
So, what is interesting is actually our team is very strong. We do have a pitch deck that's currently circulating on a confidential level. But for example, our technology architect is actually a double PhD computer scientist who has been doing all these AI computational tools at A-STAR, a Singapore research government skateboard for the past few years. We also have our head of tech development, who is the co-founder and CTO of Copute Global. So he was in the crypto space since 2013 until now. And we are with us for growth marketing. We have a growth marketing lead who has 10 years of experience with 2 years previously at a good DePIN project as well. So our team is definitely know what we are doing, and we do have the right strategy and milestones we are working towards for the project. Secondly is I don't actually see them as competitors because our business model allow asked to work with any project because not only do we focus on the infra layer and the solution and service, our main priority is the community engagement, both for the Web3 community, general public, and the AI and gaming experts. So get community engagement can work with any project. And that is why we choose to have that business model. Because we know what's going on out there, we will stay relevant and competitive. And definitely being able to partner with any project is our unique proposition. Lastly, is our FDB is low. It's intentionally kept low because we streamline operations. We use AI. We use good processes. So that when we list our tokens in public sale, be it a node sale or token sale, the community will get the best value possible.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Now, what kind of strategies are you employing to grow your community of developers and your users?
Right. So for users, definitely like this kind of AMAs. A good thing is we are currently in our seed round, which is finishing already, and some of our partner investors are like ICP Singapore, so that give us access to ICP ecosystem. Another key investor is Gabby, the co-founder of YGG, so that give us access to YGG. So we already have partnerships and can do further collaborations for community, for ICP, YGG, Polygon, the Southeast Asia Web3 communities out there through our partners. For the developers, because me and my team, we do know the Web3 crowd, we do know the Web3 mining pools and developers, and we already have been talking to the Web2 data centers in the Asia area. So we will ramp them up along the way. Our key focus now is the Web3 narrative for this quarter and next quarter, because we do want to get our online presence out there and our nodes out there and tokens out there so that the community get to earn and get the best value for money.
Awesome. Lawrence, it has been a pleasure speaking to you today. Thank you so much for coming on and answering all these questions so well. Thank you so much for being so transparent with us. Now, I have one more question to ask you. What makes HP Chain stand out in the competitive landscape of GPU computing providers? And I'm not just talking about like Web3 or decentralized, I'm talking about both, let's say, centralized and decentralized.
I think our unique proposition is we don't see it as a short-term run. We are here for the long term. We don't see it as just an infra layer. What we want is an ecosystem, and that's why we're using Web3, where not only can you get the GPU power, more importantly, what we hope to achieve from this ecosystem is the AI experts sharing the data sets and algorithms, which is very important, as well as the gaming experts sharing rendering or their IPs, and everyone working together to grow together. That way, when the general public or Web3 or the hobbyists join our ecosystem, they get first-hand experience, first-hand rewards, and can be involved in all these great initiatives, and hopefully, be involved in the industry as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lawrence, for joining the spaces. It was a great having you over here. We really enjoyed listening to you, and I hope everyone here in the spaces did as well. Before we close the spaces, do you have any final words or anything that you want to share with the community?
Yeah, please follow us on Twitter and Telegram. You can search for us for Telegram is HP Chain, for Twitter is HP Chain AI. And thank you for joining this AMA. And I am very excited on the announcements and things to come to share with you guys in the near future.